titles and everything, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. They are up.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, good. Because sometimes I keep forgetting to actually hit the save your stuff button before you start streaming. But hey, we got it saved. We're
What?
good. Hello, everybody. How you all doing? Hey, yo, in the chat. What's up? What's up? Hi, everybody. Oh, it's so good to see you lovelies here tonight. I need it now more than ever,
Hello.
chat, mainly because I think I only just mentioned it to my homies in the messenger, but I got a case of the sniffles for today. But I
Oh.
took a good long rest. I feel good to talk tonight. And I have some company with me here to help me in case I need any, assistance on that bit there. But don't worry, everybody. It's going to be a same usual PokePod session every single night, like we always do. Talk shenanigans of the week and all that jazz. So look forward to the things we have planned to talk about. Of course, we got to talk more about Legends. We got to talk more about the recent episode of PM 2019 and amongst other things as well. But we'll save that for when we get into that discussion. But once again, one and all, I welcome you all to another fun-filled session of the PokePod World Podcast. Here with me, I have my buddies, Emmy
Hello, hello, everyone.
and Polly.
Hello.
I just
Yes.
realized you guys have the same rhyme at the end.
Me and Polly.
Me too.
Emmy, Polly. What else works there?
Nessie.
Nessie, Richie, KG. Oh God.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So everything rhymes in this goddamn house, I guess.
All the E's.
Exactly. All the E's line up together to create, I don't know, something, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, so chat, like we stated before, we're going to have a lot to talk about for today. And I'm looking forward to talking about some of the shenanigans we have planned for this week. Of course, one of the biggest things that's still ongoing that everybody has their mind on is, without a doubt, Pokemon, I was going to say Mystery Dungeon. There's a reason why I thought that, and that was only because of the recent Let's Play that I just had. But the real one I was thinking about was actually Pokemon Legends Arceus. Wow, my tongue is just absolutely caught.
That's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Oh man. But yeah, so obviously we got to go and talk more a little bit about PLA, given that the time that we played it during week 1 is drastically different to the time that we've been doing things in week 2 now. A lot more has happened since then. More Pokemon might have been caught, more progression might have gone through, or maybe some just went and straight up completed the game for all I know. I don't really know. Maybe you guys in the chat can tell me yourselves what exactly is going on with your playthrough of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Let me know in the chat. So hold on, let me just tweet out as well that we are indeed live, so we can let all the homies come on through for tonight. So yeah, here we go. Let's close this up, and boom, perfect.
Oh.
Hey, as I say that, look who decides to pop on through right on time. Hello, Tyrone. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, sorry I offended you immediately, Polly.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
No, KG said A, and then I said A, and we were like, hey,
Oh.
I immediately just went a bobbity boopy. I just immediately went into like a bunch of unnecessary gibberish.
Nah, I'm used to.
Well, it's only funny to me.
What the fuck
Oh
is
shit!
that?
Save the alarms! Yeah, Tyrone, you know what time it is?
What?
It's the horny day of the week.
Let's go!
The alarms went off, chat.
What a way to start the week!
And boy,
how did you know?
How they know? They knew right on time that it's the cue to go and talk about that, man.
That was awesome.
Good timing. Good timing.
Good timing. Good timing.
I just went, get down.
Oh man.
Oh, that was awesome. What was the alarm for originally?
I have no idea, but Polly had, I think, something going on because I saw her react a little bit, but I'm not really certain myself personally.
God. That was amazing. What way to start off the PokePod. I love it.
Yeah, good job.
GG,
That was
everybody,
the best
GG.
intro we ever had. I made some racial slurs. A bomb went off. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Is there a special day today? No, it's just February the 7th. Oh, God, I just realized what next week is going to be.
oh
On the PokePod Day. Hey, celebrate it with us. There you go.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right, so
Oh,
let's get
my
into some
goodness.
news real quick. Some small and some impactful. Some who might know as well because they also are connected as buddies. We have one of our buddies here in our Discord group anyway, and I don't know how many of you in the chat might know what I'm referring to. Because this was a stream that she did yesterday, and also tweeted about it as well after her stream came to a closure. Telenovela. So before we get into the Legends Arceus talk, our buddy Kay actually had a stream yesterday, and most people who know Kay, of course, being our VTuber doggy buddy, she had announced that she will be graduating soon,
Yes.
next month, if I'm correct. So,
Yay.
if you haven't had the opportunity to have watched it, make sure to go and check out the VOD. And she says this entire month she has a lot of big plans coming leading up to the graduation day. But, you know, of course, it is kind of wholesome and it is kind of sad to see it go down. But, of course, as always, we always want to make sure we do our best to celebrate along with her, too. So,
Of course.
wishing absolutely nothing but the absolute best for our buddy Kay with this new goal in life and her graduating and all that. But yeah, we'll see where things go for the future. She did say she might pop back in for a pod at some point in the
Yeah, yeah.
future, so we'll definitely have her in before her graduation goes through. So yeah, once again, make sure to go check out her VOD if you haven't had the opportunity yet. Once again, it is very emotional, but yet kind of like a closure to one book and opening for opportunities in the future. Who knows what's going to happen for her? But hey, I only can wish for nothing but the best. So yeah.
I hope it's an audiobook.
I can't
I
call
don't
it
want to
digital
turn
copy.
pages. I don't want to read it. Ugh, gross.
Nah, instead, let's go talk about the audiobooks instead, because sure, why the hell not? Oh, man. So, yeah.
I always get confused, by the way. This happened a long time ago when I first started doing like podcasts and streams and videos and stuff where I'll see people put TY, and obviously in my brain that's always been short for Ty,
Bye.
but it's
Ty.
also short for thank you. Well, sometimes I don't know if people are saying Ty or saying thank you. So thank you, Ty. Oh, let's get into it.
All right. So, oh yeah, right. The alarms. We forgot to talk about that.
Sound the alarm.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Now, I don't know how many of you guys have been watching things from this past week. Of course, anime was blowing up within this week, given the recent episode of Attack on Titan, and of course the other episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba, which is the
Oh, that one's beautifully animated.
bro. You could just see clips of people posting it on Twitter. That shit is movie quality on an episode, bro. I don't know who the people over there at Ufotable are doing, but they are in absolute hardcore heat mode right now with their animation fingers, bro. Because that shit was wilding.
I love shit like this because it gives a signal to other studios to get yo shit together.
I hope those people who are working on it though are getting paid beautifully though, because they
Yeah,
deserve it. They absolutely deserve it. Those animators, they did that shit for y'all, man, and you better appreciate that shit because that is one of the finest looking episodes that I've ever seen.
I kind of
within
want like the
television anime.
meme where it's like, when I'm 5 and pretending to fight in my room, and it shows the Dragon Ball Super fighting animation, what I actually look like, and then it shows like the Kimetsu no Yaiba, what I think I look like, and it shows like the swirls and shit.
Oh my god. So yeah, let me see, what else am I missing off the top of my head? Yeah, animation was absolutely beautiful
Yeah.
within this week. But if we had to really talk about animation though, can we take an opportunity to also talk about an anime in particular, one that I've been talking about for years, that I've been looking forward to within 2022 when it first got
yes,
announced.
Ichijo.
Of course, man. I'm glad the manga's back, bro. That's great shit. But no, not that. My dress up, darling, which was one like I've mentioned before in the past. I've talked about this manga many times during the PokePod World podcast, during the first year of our series. And to see it finally come to this point where it's like now getting a full on television anime series is absolutely incredible. And to see how these episodes have been absolutely breathtaking, bro. I love the animation in this show. It's so good. It's also very choppy, but surprisingly, the choppiness that they have for the animation actually works in its favor. It's kind of hard to explain. More so, you need to experience it yourself when watching this show. But there is a reason why this is also tied into the horny of the week, which I'm surprised how consistent we're actually doing this on a week by week basis. But allow me to explain. So, cosplay, many people who might be familiar about it, we've talked about it before. We have some friends who cosplay here in our group as well. So cosplay isn't something that is relatively unknown to a couple of us here. But one thing we can all agree on, though, it is absolutely taxing in regards to what you need to do to create it, if it's comfortable enough for you, and making sure that if you're creating it in your own two hands, make sure it's actually comfortable to the point that you won't start sweating like crazy and heat up from it, because that is actually a legitimate possibility, given, wigs also do that. Costumes can often be very thick in the fabricing, which will also produce sweat for you as well. These are kind of things that are very essential when learning how to create cosplays, at least the simplistics of things, right? And then there are those characters, female characters that have bodies that are, let's say, not realistic.
Tread lightly, KG. You're entering a territory.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That are very unrealistic.
KG, you want to know what I want to happen right now? The little orange eye that shows up in Legend Arceus.
Enter the Legend of Zelda music. Wait, guys, wait! I swear to God, it'll be fine. I swear.
Sorry about that. folks.
Ollie, did you defuse the bomb?
Yes.
Yay! We saved the world.
We saved the town from danger, Patrick. Or the city from danger.
You sure about that, buddy?
The whole campus is on fire.
I don't know. My
They
leg.
got like the my leg guy. My leg.
My leg.
My leg.
My leg.
Oh yeah.
My leg.
Yeah, I have to keep that phone on whenever. This is why I specifically said on Monday nights I don't want to be on duty. But no.
Oh. Hey, sometimes things are often out of control in our hands, There are things
I want
we
Polly
can't
to have
control.
like a little goop suit, like a little quarantine suit, and she like slams a kid on the ground.
Like the scene in Monsters Inc. when
Yeah,
like the
like
shock.
slams a kid on the ground. How many fingers am I holding up? 2. He's contaminated. Sprays like Lysol in his.
I'm just afraid it's
Don't-
gonna ring again.
Don't worry, he's gonna be fine.
Oh, perfect timing.
And shut that fucking dog up.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Polly.
Well, sorry for the interruption.
All right, KG,
It's good. Don't worry.
Let's try the horny of the week for the 3rd time.
Listen, man, this horny buildup is going strong, bro. That's just how it is.
KG, please don't say that. Don't say that again.
I swear to God, I hope Donnie's not here to clip that.
Baby,
then.
don't say that again.
Ah, shit. Right, I forgot. Whammon are here.
All right, Amy, it's settled. I'm gonna go ahead and make that a sound part of my soundboard.
Bonk, Cage. I swear to God, it's not my fault. It's just that I have to
KG,
be the
after
one
you're
to
done with the
talk about
segment,
it.
I gotta make an announcement about the soundboard, but that's after you're done with your segment. So go
Okay,
ahead.
and also
Finish
it's not
it.
my
Built
fault.
different.
Listen. This is just one of the various duties I have as a content creator to make sure I am very accurate
Yes,
to my
KG, tell me
description.
the life of a content creator because I don't know.
Okay, so as I was discussing about cosplaying, of course, fabric, tools, knowing how to create the size, all that essential things you need to know when creating your own handcrafted design. However, there are some times when I mentioned before, proportions are very unrealistic to the point that, of course, people, both male and female, depending on what they want to dress up as, can often be very difficult to achieve. For women in particular, when they want to cosplay, let's say, anime female protagonists, right? There are, of course, mangas out there where they have the women, for some reason, in incredibly unrealistic proportions. Let's go with that. So, how do women tend to resolve this issue
call
if they were
them
to...
mammies, okay? First of all.
So, introducing, and this is something I didn't know until I read the manga. There's a solution to that, surprisingly.
Oh no.
And this entire episode is literally based off that. It's called a boob bag, which is literally a new bra. I think that's what they call it in the show, which is literally meant to be used as a way to make it look like as if your body's has more than what it actually shows, which is why they call it that, the new bra boob bag. So the funny thing about this episode was that we talked about animation, okay? About the recent episode of Demon Slayer or the recent episode of Attack on Titan. The animators in My Dress Up Darling went a little extra, and I ain't gonna show the footage, by the way. Y'all can go watch the anime yourself. I gave it like my 2 thumbs up seal of approval, okay? That should have been far enough to allow you to get interest in the show. Point of the matter is, the whole premise of the episode is involving boob bags. So what do you see Marin do? She gropes her own breasts to show off, saying, hey, listen, these boob bags I have on me are the best out of this entire cosplay event that's going on right now. Everybody's jealous of this and whatnot. And then we get to the second scene where, when I was talking about, of course, making sure you're wearing the appropriate outfit, because she was wearing thicker fabric. And also it being black coloring too. This produces a lot of heat, especially when you're in the sun. Correct?
Yeah.
So, with black fabric, you get sweaty, you heat up.
African American fabric, but okay, go ahead.
I wish I knew how to follow that up.
Just ignore me and go ahead. Just ignore me and keep going.
Sammy, how was the PokePod last night? Oh yeah, great. We just talked about
I was racist. The bomb blew up. Fucking sex shit.
That's it. I'm about to go racist.
I'm very confused.
Let's just say that I'm talking about cosplays, Polly, to make it simple right here.
Yeah.
So yeah, because the recent episode of My Dress Up Darling happened, which is a show centered around cosplaying. To give it a brief input on that. Anyway, so what happens? Thick fabric, having wigs, all being of black color, produces a lot of heat when under the sun. She got super sweaty and she was about to pass the hell out. They bring her to the stairs, and then both her, Marin, and Gojo-kun decide to talk about this and talk about, like, given that this was his first creation of an outfit, he didn't know the consequences that could come from with creating thicker fabric outfits until experiencing it there with her. So they clean her up by giving her the towel and all that. They focus on a particular spot of hers, which I was talking about before with the boob bag, and that animation, I don't know what the hell physics was going on in that show, but that was what blew up Twitter the other day. And listen, unrealistic physics aside and whatever it is, I love this show so much, bro. I really do. I want to push this on a week-by-week basis. I would love to do a review of this show when it's completed again. When it's completed, I should say, once we get to the final episode of the season, if there's like a season 2 or so. But I really do appreciate what this show is all about with cosplaying, with the intricate little details that comes with creating costumes and all that. and Gojo's character. Like, you really need to give this show a watch, chat. Horniness aside, and I know that's weird to say, but really, when you look away from the horny and you look into the story elements, because I'm not going to say plot because I feel like that's an alternate word for that, but when you look at the story beats, the characters, the setting, the music, and especially the animation, I really do believe you get a genuinely wholesome, very kind of tragic story too, in a way, but you need to experience it for yourself to understand why this is the case. It's not something you will learn just from somebody speaking about it. You really need to watch it yourself. There will even be moments in this show where you can experience something that feels like what you've gone through before in the past. In episode 4 in particular. So I'm not going to go into the specifications on that, but just know episode 4 was that one episode I was really looking forward to seeing animated, and they delivered on that part. So really gives it my seal of approval. I wish, like how we done every week, I wish I could show you some footage of the show. And it's not necessarily R18 where they straight up show, everything. No, it's just more so something else instead. So yeah, I won't specifically show that off here, but it does get my seal of approval regardless. So with that being said, go give it a shot. All right, anyway, moving on from horniness talk now, let's go talk about what it was, Tyrone, that you wanted to talk about.
It's not nearly as important, but here we go. So a couple of things actually I wanted to talk about, but they're all brief. They're all really brief bullshit hour stuff.
You sound very flustered, Tyrone.
No, because
so flustered.
No. What happened? So I made a joke a while back. Emmy, you're very familiar with the joke, where I referred to the soundboard and wanted to make a button called the Popeyes button. What this button would do would be a very, very hilarious lady on the commercials going 11 herbs and spices, and I would abuse that button, and it would probably be the most used button on my soundboard because I'd just be going 11 herbs, 11 herbs and spices. But after quick review, I realized that the Popeyes lady never said 11 herbs and spices at all. KFC said 11 herbs and spices. I apologize to the stream. I apologize to my fans. I apologize to this country. I apologize to KG. I apologize. I'm getting to you. I apologize to Emmy. And more importantly, I apologize to everyone else who ever witnessed me outside of America say this joke.
I don't get an apology.
Polly, you weren't there. And you didn't have to suffer through it. Yeah, my point being is that I've made a terrible, terrible mistake. Am I sorry for it? Not really, but I'm saying I'm apologizing because it sounds funny.
Yeah, Zur said it best. That shit sounds like a Mandela effect, bro.
I know, it really does.
I said it because it sounds fucking hilarious. Now, granted, I didn't know. Again, I apologize, but not really.
Hey, you telling me KFC has 11 herbs and spices? I don't taste any 11 herbs and spices.
I don't taste any of the motherfuckers.
I taste salt, and that's pretty much it.
Show me the 11 herbs. I count 1 salt. But moving back into that, I will definitely record myself saying 11 herbs and spices in a very hilarious way and make the button.
You should still put the Popeyes logo regardless.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you should.
I definitely will. The second thing I wanted to talk about was something I laughed at literally from the time I was at work to the time I clocked out to now. And it's old. So apparently I didn't know that Chuck E. Cheese was trying to get hip with the kids. And like the Chuck E. Cheese mascot or whatever, the Chuck E. Cheese, Chuck, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I didn't know he streamed. I didn't know he streamed. Like, they have him stream, games and stuff.
What?
He's a streamer?
Yeah. And he has like a he's in the form of a puppet. It's not a VTuber, he's a puppet. Like almost like a Muppet puppet.
Oh, I don't like it.
No, it gets better. It gets better. Guys, shut up. It gets better. Okay. So in one of the streams, he doesn't say anything for the whole goddamn stream. He's just playing the video game. But in the middle of it, he goes, "Poggers," and then just doesn't say anything else. Poggers.
No.
I think I found it. Was it during a game of Fall Guys?
And then the worst part is that he just looks around like he doesn't know what the fuck he just said. You can see like his terrified puppet face.
I think the scary implications about after bankruptcy, he decides to become a Twitch streamer scares the fuck out of me.
Cheese really creeps me out. It creeped me out when I was little, and it creeps me out now. So
the way he said it, almost the way he reacted after saying it, he almost looks like he said the N-word and had to look around to make sure it was okay.
He had to say it after he got said.
And you can only imagine his Muppet face, because obviously when puppets move, their mouths have to be like really wide. So he's like, "Poggers." He said it just like
I'm looking at this dude like
fucking God.
I love that he says it into the camera and then he tilts his head to the very right. To like look to the camera, guys.
He's doing like this mumble afterwards, like,
What is this?
It's an old video I looked up because it showed up on the algorithm. And I showed up on the algorithm.
I got the clip right here. Hold on,
Please play it. It's only 21 seconds long. Please play it. Please.
I need to show this shit. Hold on, I'll show it to you guys in the call too.
When I tell you, I was in tears. I was in real life tears. My coworkers thought something was physically wrong with me. Please play it. Please.
I think I have the video here. Is that correct?
It's the lesser one.
Yeah.
Less creepier one.
Okay, here. I'll show it to stream. Hold on a second. Let me switch to it real quick, because this shit is something else, bro.
Please play it.
Okay, hold on. He's just saying nothing, bro.
Poggers.
Like, is that what you wanted me to say?
That's it. He doesn't say shit after that. It's over.
Oh my.
That's the only thing he said, bro. Guys, I want to make it very clear. When I die and go to wherever the fuck God decides to take me, I pray. That's what I see. Poggers. Oh my God, Tyrone! You know, I'm gonna get that audio and make it a notification sound.
Yes.
No.
See, even Tyrone says, like, Tyrone, put that on your soundboard.
Please, I will definitely do it. It's so fucking funny. When I tell you, I am not exaggerating. My abs were hurting and I was crying. I thought I was gonna die. I thought this was it. I thought dying of laughter from Charles Entertainment Cheese was
Entertainment Cheese.
That's what it is.
Trying to make me fucking.
Oh my God, I can't.
Chuck E. Cheese saying poggers and then looking like he's crying and shitting his pants is one of the funniest.
Same time.
Yeah, because if you look literally after he says the thing, he literally shakes. He shakes, bro.
He like violent.
Look at him. He just twitches.
You know how puppets violently shake when they're like.
Yeah, look at that. He's just shaking.
He's just shaking afterwards.
You know that I've watched Chuck E. Cheese creepypastas before?
There's creepy. Well, actually,
there's creepypastas for everything. Oh my God.
What he looks like when he shakes? He looks like Elmo when you just found out that like freaking the the whole Rocco thing.
Rocco.
Yeah.
So just to make sure, that was the only thing he said that entire stream.
Yes. That's the only thing he says is poggers. And then he doesn't say shit else. It's so creepy because he doesn't say imagine going into a stream, right? Minutes have passed. Time, and this is Fall Guys, so time has passed. A lot of time. And then immediately, out of nowhere, he just comes up to the mic and goes, poggers. And then just starts shaking like, I said it.
Oh shit, my boss is gonna kill me for this.
Oh my god.
Correctly.
Oh, there's so many Chuck E. Cheese fights on YouTube, bro. I would love to see some Chuck E. Cheese clips.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring this into the bullshit hour. It was just so funny. There was no way
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you exactly created what was intended. Bullshit.
Exactly.
There was no way in hell I was gonna let this not enter the PokePod.
I thought the one that you were talking about, because that shit had me in tears when I read it, was the one you tweeted about in our messenger this morning. Where
Which
you
one?
start like losing your shit about Encanto.
Oh my god. Terrell, please, not Terrell. KG, please show the picture.
Okay, so allow me to explain exactly what it is that happened. So, Encanto was a movie that came out roughly 3 months ago, correct? And so, if I could find this shit, bro, if I could find it, I would love, because I think the Twitter account deleted his account when he got pretty much called out by everybody.
Oh my god.
If I could find that image, that would be great. But straight up,
it was so funny. So like, just to give context to the people who didn't get to see it, basically the caption says, "Damn bitch, what you looking at me like that for? Fuck, eat your food." And it shows Mirabelle's eyes spread open and her arms like across the table, pretty much in the exact same scene that she was in when she was trying to make sure that Dolores wouldn't spill the beans about what happened in the family with Bruno's fucking fortune. But her face is perfect.
But it isn't even that, though. It wasn't just that really sold it. What sold it was that the response to that image, like in this message, says, "I miss this era of Encanto Twitter." Era implies longer than 3.
Wait a second.
Implies longer than 3 fucking months is what I would say, right?
Oh yeah, it got taken down. Son of a bitch.
So this dude came up. I forgot who it was and what he said, but it was like, I don't recall. Y'all existed for a month is what it was. Like everybody loved, yeah, like I found the tweet where they called him out, where it's like, Era, y'all existed for a month. So yeah, that shit had me in tears, bro. That was what killed me. But unfortunately, that Twitter account that had that original image is gone, so I don't think we have it no more available anywhere, which makes me so sad, bro. Makes me so sad. I wish I could have shown it to you guys. Oh wait!
Did you find it?
I found the image.
Win, boys! We win!
Is it this one? Tyrone, I'll post it on stream right now. Is it this?
Yeah. The Dolores. It's that one, but it's in reverse. It shows Mirabelle, but this one's fine too because it's Dolores.
Oh no! This is it's from the perspective of Mirabelle's point
Mirabelle.
of view. Yeah.
Which is better because I love Dolores. She's my favorite character in the movie. But
it was the caption that sold this shit to me, bro.
Which I went back and noticed, and I'm probably late as hell for this, but I love the fact, this is just another reason I love Dolores. Every time she leaves a scene or says something, she squeaks after. She goes, ah! And
yes!
Like,
I want someone to make a song with all her squeaks.
It's so fucking adorable. I'm already in love with her character's design, so the fact that she does that makes her like my absolute favorite. Yeah, she is my absolute favorite. And then, like, when I told people that, they'll be like, oh, she's an instigator. She's the one that started the conflict in the first place because she told the whole family. Listen, you make an excellent point. Sadly, I regret to inform you and everyone else in the office. I don't give a fuck. You bring an excellent point, but she's cute. But she is cute, and thus your argument sucks. Your argument is not cute. She is.
Your argument is not cute.
Unless you can find a way to make your argument out cute Dolores, then I'm not listening to what you have to say.
Let me listen to her squeaks, damn it.
I know. Give me that squeak remix right now.
The only one concerned about the magic is you. That and the rats in the wall. They keep twitching.
I love that movie.
Oh my god, I love Dolores.
I know, same.
You know, I also want to say screw you, Tyrone, for making me lose my shit now with every single Bruno song, no matter what version.
Yeah,
I know.
Bottom
jeans. With the
fur.
It's all your fault.
Listen, I
don't
know
think
I'm
it's the same anymore.
No!
I've realized that I am the Journey's hater of this group, but I have come to also realize that I'm here purely for my entertainment value.
Well, what does that say for the rest of us? We're boring.
No.
You keep down. I'm trying to be boring.
No, I'm just saying at this point, I know that I bring like this fucking unnecessary level of stupidity to the group that I feel is needed sometimes.
It really is though. It's okay.
It's sort of like the chaser that comes after the strong alcohol of me saying fuck Journeys. I am the lime of this fucking.
You're the lime.
The lime. Oh. Just give me the lime.
Why does nobody know how to say that second part right, bro?
Put the lime in the
I said it wrong on purpose.
I wish I had some, but I don't.
I do too, Polly. It's okay. I need it usually when I watch Journeys.
What? I need it now that my OTP's gone forever.
I need it now I need you now more than ever, alcohol. You can't leave.
Alcohol said bye and just fades away.
Cassidy and bourbon.
But
I don't even drink that.
I'll drink to that.
Polly, I like that. Cassidy and bourbon. Let's go.
Pushing Cosmopolitan.
Cassidy and butterscotch.
And yet nobody seems to really know his name. Good God.
Cassidy and booze.
I have a friend who's actually, she's married and just had a baby with somebody in the Annie-Poke community that we used to all be friends on Tumblr, which is an
Annie-Poke baby?
Yes, it's an Annie-Poke baby. Oh. She roleplayed Leaf back in the day, and he roleplayed Trobias. So, she messaged me, because I needed to ask her a question, and she says, I was just thinking about you the other day. I heard that Bitch and Cassidy were in an episode of the recent Spider One anime.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's perfect.
This is what I'm known for.
Aww.
For the biffs and the cast, but never for anything. Oh my God. But congratulations
like
to those, though.
Hick. Oh, thank you. I mean, well, yeah, I'll say thank you.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. You're welcome.
Okay, where have I been? I've been on every single episode of the PokePod so far this year, Mornox. And I'm trying, no matter how much it kills me, to keep a winning streak.
Oh
she wants to be in the highlights, bro. Give her clips, everybody.
Really? No.
Give her clips.
I wasn't in any. That's fine.
We've had some pretty good highlights already at the start of this year.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. We have out of context for Emmy and Polly now, so.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good gracious. All right, so let's see. What else we got to talk about? Well, we were mentioning...
I was looking back at one of the highlights from the from the Legend Arceus playthrough, We were doing the Fresh Prince of Nowhere.
Oh yes, I love that so much.
And Will Smith just randomly chokes, and he's like, "No, this," like he just couldn't breathe. So he turns blue. So stupid.
Oh my god. Trust me, Polly, when the merch comes out, yours gonna sell out first, trust me.
You're too kind. That's very sweet.
No worry,
What
everybody.
would my merch even be? Like,
it'll be of a Polly, that's all.
Yeah, of a Polly.
Yeah.
What is a Polly?
I have a Poliwhirl figurine with a paint bucket.
Isn't that an official merch, though?
Yes.
I don't think we can do that.
Okay, you gotta change the bucket. Change it to something else.
Yeah.
What bathroom one?
We'll give you a mug. How about
Give
that?
you a mug. You can sip some tea.
Emmy has the Pika with a bow.
Yes.
Bow tie French fry. Got it.
Yeah.
Freddy Patties.
All right, so let's talk about Legends then for a little bit more. Because I'm losing my shit. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Literally?
Yeah, because, someone. Now, to explain.
But the shit, no.
To explain, because me and Tyrone are both playing this game together, I unfortunately put myself in a position where I can't play the game off screen because I'm stuck in a story written part of the game. So if I wanted to go outside, I have to wait until I stream tomorrow to continue the narrative.
Sorry, KG.
So
I do not want to interrupt you, but
Yes.
it is about Legend Arceus at least.
Okay.
Somebody put the Master Emerald Peach Tracker from Sonic Adventure 2 on the Ursa Luna fucking top.
Oh my god.
And they played Pumpkin Hill. No!
Oh.
I'm gonna share it.
Throw back to DC
I'm gonna
on the street corner
Give me a second. I'm putting it in
with that
memes.
random shirtless guy.
I'm gonna put it in memes.
We'll always get confused by that.
KG, there it is.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Oh my god.
Let me see. Hold on a second.
Oh my gosh. All right, KG, it's 8 seconds. You know what to do.
Yeah. Hold on. We showing this shit on stream. Hold on. We gotta show this shit on stream,
I'm
bro.
so sorry. I did not mean to re-interrupt you on that part.
No, worry. It is Legends related, so it's still perfectly fine.
That's why I said at least it's Legends related.
It's bad.
Oh, yo.
Oh my.
I love Twitter
It's beautiful.
sometimes. Emmy don't get it. But I love Twitter. Oh, it's just like alcohol. It's just like drinking in front of your child. Don't do this.
I haven't even gotten there yet, but I'll retweet it because I used to love that game so much. So.
Oh my god! All right, KG, you can talk about Legend Arceus again. I know. I will. I to talk about mine to relate to yours. I beat Avalog, but I'm not at the part you're at yet because I need to go back to town. But I skipped a couple of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start an hour before you start so I can catch up to where you are, stop where you are, and then we'll stream at the same time.
Oh, that shit only takes 15 minutes, buddy.
I know, but I'm using that hour to catch the Pokemon that I literally ran past.
Okay. So
And
you take
level
care
up.
of that. And at 8 o'clock, we'll do my shenanigans then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to get back
We gotta
into...
him and I gotta make a very important choice.
Yeah. And that's why I was saving it till then, because I decided to leave it on a cliffhanger on my side of the stream. So we're going to get our answers in this upcoming session. It's basically like Pyra and Mithra all over again from Xenoblade
Pretty
Chronicles
much.
2. If you guys know that game very well, you know what I'm referring to. But yeah, I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit more, because now that we've entered week 2, of course, a lot of time now has passed. More Pokemon could have been caught. More story progression could have happened. So I wanted to speak with some of you all here in the call, and to those in the chat, just to let me hear their experiences anyway, of what they thought of the game thus far. Let me begin with you, though. I mean, I have to ask, like, how has your experience with Legends been like now, after a second week into the game?
Well, story-wise, I have beat Cleaver, and that's about it. Like I've been just,
You're still like you just unlocked the second world?
You mean the first boss?
No. I unlocked the second world. I've just been like going backtracking and just in the first world, just exploring and catching everything. I need to catch a Pikachu, guys. That was like my main goal. Okay, I was like, screw the story. Pikachu is more important, and I've caught like 4 now. So I have
Pokemon's
finished the game, and I am very happy. You know, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So I'm just story-wise, like I know I'm very, very behind, like compared to like you guys or like other people as well. But I'm very much enjoying myself, just like exploring literally everything and just trying to climb up walls that I'm not supposed to, because now I know that if you hold the I think it's like the trigger button or something,
yes,
where
if
it
you
like
hold
aims it. Yeah, you can go up.
And also, if you
like,
let go of it and immediately tap back up, you'll actually climb on higher steeps than what you're not supposed to.
yeah,
So
exactly.
it completely ruins one of the Pokemon. I'll say that.
Oh, does it? Oh, snap.
So you'll understand when you get to that point.
Okay. Yeah, but like I did tell myself, I'm like, okay, now like I need to continue with story because I am now like rank 5. I think I have like 5 stars or something for catching Pokemon. So like I'm like, all right, I think I need to progress with the story. But I'm still like enjoying myself very, very much, like how I was like week 1. I've been attacked by way more Pokemon now. I haven't died, surprisingly. I've drowned. I haven't died. So
wait.
So I mean, like, other than that, I don't really have much thoughts other than that. I'm just having a lot of fun exploring and just being an Emmy in the wild and catching Pokemon. It's a fun game, guys. It's a fun game. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So what about you then, Polly? I have to ask you because I know you only just started playing it very, very recently compared to others here in this call. In fact, you specifically made sure to wait. But how far, I guess I should ask, how far have you gotten into the game thus?
Well, yeah, it was kind of torture making myself wait because I made sure I did all my homework. And now I just started a few days ago. I'm like right story-wise, I'm right where Emmy is. I literally just shut off the game because I blacked out the Cleaver for the first time.
Ladies, what the fuck?
What? I like exploring.
All of you guys forget I'm still kind of a beginner to Pokemon games. What?
Sorry, no, I'm being stupid. No. Go ahead. Polly, go ahead.
It's a little, I really, really like it. It's just, it gets overwhelming at times for me. Like, I have to dissect it into, take a break sometimes, because, like...
Going into Polly's situation, you gotta remember, she is a college student, and to be a college student and be an RA, and then have to face an entire open-world Pokemon game, that's a lot of game.
I'm actually a graduate student and a holder.
Being a graduate student and an RA, and then having to deal with the open world Pokemon game, that's a lot of game.
I realize, Russ, now, it's like, there's no way I can play this at the same time.
Yeah, that is a lot of game. Like, if you had given me Breath of the Wild while I was in college, nothing would be done.
No, I'd say my favorite thing is just the lore. Like, coming up with, I'm like, oh, maybe this person could be a descendant of this person, and this character... Like we were just talking about before with some of the anti-Poketubers, like maybe Barry is a descendant of what's her name, Irida, because Pearl.
People were saying Irida and Adaman were actually together or something, and they created the fusion of Barry.
Oh, okay, interesting. I'm gonna find you for this.
Remember, he always talks about being late, which is time related. So
yes, yeah. So that's my favorite thing. Just like, oh, like this is where Jubilife City came to fruition, and this is where that is going to be in the future. Like, just that's my favorite part, and and I mean, Sinnoh is already so rich with history. I mean, Gen 4 was already so rich with all these myths and legends and stuff. So this just like having this be like amazing prequel to those games is just amazing. Like that's just my favorite part about it. Even the little pieces of music that you can tell, you know, are from the original games, but kind of have a more like ancient sounding vibe to them. I think that's a really cool touch and just a really authentic tribute to Diamond and Pearl. So that's probably my favorite thing about it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that your experience with the game has at least been going very pleasantly so far, though. I think that's the most important thing. Has your experience been fun? And it's just sounding from, or just hearing your story so far, it seems you've been having a good time with it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that, and most importantly, I hope your adventure continues to go well for the both of you anyway, because I know you've only just tackled one bit of a portion of a game, but to be fair, the way you're playing it is understandable, because you want to take your sweet time with this game.
Oh, it
You don't
isn't
want to
play it
rush to
right.
the
I'm
ending.
just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, what the heck?
Wow.
Play the open world game the way somebody else wanted to.
I had to keep up with Tyrone because of that, damn it.
To be fair, like part of me wants to like complete the story and then just like finish the Pokédex. But like at the same time I'm just like, but why? Like this story, like finally we have a Pokemon game where I can take the story at my own pace and I can do whatever I want. And I'm not like, it's not a linear path where it's like, all right, you can't go down this way. Not yet. No, you have to go down this way. No, I can do whatever I want.
A pile of Psyducks have a headache, and somehow that's your problem.
Exactly. There's no Psyducks. I mean, there is Psyducks, and they will attack you, but that's different. They're not in a pile, you know? Like, you can pass them. You can, like, ride through them. You can run them down. It's okay.
There's a power outage. Lights behind the guy.
Exactly.
But most importantly, I think is just the fact that now this game has, as time passed on, become more fun to break as well.
Yeah.
Opens up opportunities where you shouldn't be in these positions, yet you can now. Because like there's a Pokemon, the one I caught in the second world. You're not supposed to get that until you unlock the Pokemon from the third world. But if you time your jump correctly, you can get to that side of the area and catch that Pokemon before you intended to catch it.
There's one thing. It's small. It's a flavor text criticism I have.
Sure.
One small, itty bitty issue that I wish they had fixed. There are areas in the wild area you can't go in, which is pretty much the outside boundaries of the wild area, of the world.
Yeah.
Like the outside of the game's coding. Everything that exists outside of there is the void. So literally it'll be like a tiny little thing over your head in text that says you can't go here. What I would have been for a Mr. Mime to be on the other side of that, holding up a barrier or a little hand, stopping you from going there. I feel that would have been a better use of setting up a boundary for the game. I can't go there because the Mr. Mime is doing the mime thing. That makes sense.
Just imagine a traffic mime. Just
Do
like,
they
no.
just sit there all day and guard, like put up barriers?
Yeah, I
and
mean,
that's
obviously the outside reason is because the game, there's no more game beyond that point. The inside reason is there's a Mr. Mime just fucking
Just
with
chilling
you.
right over
And
there.
every time you try to catch it or throw a Pokeball, the ball just bounces off its barrier or something.
Actually, it's funny because there is a side quest that plays around with that. Have you done that quest?
I have not.
Because it literally is focused on Mr. Mime creating a legitimate barrier.
Oh, nice.
And you actually have to walk around like it's a maze. But you don't see... You remember Fuchsia City Gym? Think of it like that. Where you have to navigate without knowing where the hell you're supposed to go to get to the Mr. Mime. I thought you were basing it off of that experience.
Oh, no, I literally just meant like the graphics.
But you have it in a way in the game.
Weirdly, the idea isn't even an original idea. Family Guy's video game of all things. I know, weird, right? A fucking Family Guy video game actually did it, where literally the characters go to an area you can't go to anymore, and a mime will show up, and Peter goes, "Damn these damn these mimes and their invisible walls." And like you can't run that way anymore because there's no more game left to go.
Yeah.
You're running outside the barriers of the level.
Yes. It's stuff like that because it also just makes it more hilarious in a way because they actually thought of a legitimate answer to like why you can't access these game parts so far. But excuse me, I really do hope that those areas that are hidden kind of get like the Genshin Impact treatment where they look like they're nothing at first until the DLC drops, where
Yeah, I was
then
about to
those
say that
areas
too.
become accessible. And they somehow include a giant mountain now that you can access to. So we'll see. We shall see. For now, the game is fun so far. I've been having a lot of great times with it. I even got me a shiny. 2 shinies at that. The game shiny rate in this one has been phenomenal. I know, Tyrone, you got a shiny the other day, too.
No, I didn't. I found a shiny Swinub. I tried to weaken it so I could catch it easier. It used double edge and killed itself. And then I wanted to use double edge to kill myself.
Well, I said you found the shiny, not caught
Yeah,
one.
it was shiny and it was alpha.
Oh, it was an
not only
alpha,
shiny,
too?
It was alpha too. Yes.
What was the
That's so
mon?
sad.
It was a Swinub. It had red fucking eyes and it was shiny. And I was like, okay, I can't just throw a Pokeball right away because I know some Pokemon have the tendency to fucking run away.
Oh, no,
if I
when you're
fail a
fighting
capture.
alphas, though, alphas never run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, as a safety precaution, my brain has always told me just weaken the damn Pokemon. That way you can catch it easier. I tried that. And then he used double edge, killed himself and ran, and and he killed himself. And then I'm just like,
Aw.
Hey, there's always
and
next
everybody
time.
keeps asking, oh, did you save before? Because then it could reset it. I want to let you guys know what happened. I ran into the goddamn thing. So by the time the battle started, I couldn't save. It was in the moment. So by the time it already happened, I can't save what already is happening. If I knew that Swinub was there, I would have definitely saved beforehand. I was running away from another fucking Pokemon, by the way. I want to point that out. I was running away from a Glalie, I think, because I wanted Alpha Glalie. And then when Alpha Glalie spotted my dumb ass, I ran away from it and ran straight into a Swinub. And I went, oh, what's that? And it went bling, and then I was like, oh shit. And then I had my Pokemon already sent out. And when their Pokemon is sent out, the battle starts. So I was like, well, shit, let's weaken it first. And then he used double edge and killed himself. And I'm like, fuck. Well,
Oops.
Aw.
there we go.
Here we
Which
go
I
again.
think shinies, I think they can respawn. It's just going to take forever.
Yeah. No, they don't take that long.
Underguy said, why didn't you run away then save? Again, I want to point this out. When I was running away from the Glalie, I couldn't see the Swinub at all. By the time I saw the Swinub in the fight, the game finally did. You know that thing where, what's it called? Graphic pop-up?
Yeah.
When you're running from something. And then finally, the closer you run to it, the game has to go, oh, he's here now. Let's draw the rest of the game. It did that. And by the time I ran into it and got into a fight, because at first I didn't even know it was shiny because I was in a cold area. I was in a snowy area. So the color kind of looked off, and Swinub's shiny is weird. It's like a pale color. So I thought it was just like, oh, because I'm in a colder area, everything looks different. So I threw it, and then when I got into the battle, the stars went bling, and I'm like, oh, it's a shiny. Sweet. And then I fought it, and it died. And I'm like, well, shit. Well, can't say what happened, what already happened.
Oh, well. There's always
Yeah.
next time, buddy. Maybe not the
Yeah,
Swinub,
yeah.
but hey, you'll find another one.
Thankfully, Mama Swine shiny looks kind of shitty, so I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah, but you could have had a big boy shiny.
Yeah, I know. It
Oh,
is
well.
what it
Once
is.
again,
Yeah.
next time. There's always next time. Remember, just because you found once doesn't mean that's going to be the only one.
Yeah, like it was like a snot green color, and in the winter, it almost translates to like, oh, it's in the snow, so it obviously is a lighter color. Because the game very much tries to invoke nature on a lot of you and these Pokemon. For example, like if it's raining, the Pokemon will be a little bit shinier to show that they're like drenched in water now. So when I saw it, I was thinking, oh, this damn thing's probably covered in snow. That's why it's a weird color.
Yeah. Well, there you go,
But yeah,
Chet. That's
that's
pretty
what
much for the
happened.
most part, at least our experiences so far in the second week of Legends Arceus. I hope everybody's has had a fun time so far with the game, though, and hopefully everyone's experience has been, for the most part, relatively positive, because that, I think, is the most important thing to note. So yeah, hope everything's been going well on that bit there. And what do you guys say then? We go and hop on into the second hour now of our thing for the week. So,
Yep.
unless I'm forgetting something, I think we should be good to go. No?
Yes.
Alrighty. With that being said, ladies and gents, let's go talk about the latest episode of PM 2019, focusing on the return of a particular character from the Sun and Moon era, that being of none other than Sophocles, which is a shocker to me. I'm gonna be real with you. So, with the events that happened last week and the chaos that came out from it, a lot of us began to wonder if this was also going to unfortunately suffer that same fate of atrociousness that went through with the bitchin' Cassidy that we had in the last episode. So, did this episode succeed? Let's discuss. Beginning with the title Reach Space Ampharos's Light. Sophocles has asked for Ash and Go to go to Mosdeep Space Center where he has been doing research. He explains how an asteroid probe is out in space and is making its return using an Ampharos light. But when the light doesn't turn on, the Ampharos loses all confidence in itself. Will Ash, Go, and Sophocles be able to help Ampharos overcome it and guide the probe home? Now then, let's get into it. I do want to save my thoughts in this moment till the very end, at least. So I would like if you all here would care to go first. I'll pass it. You know what? Let me pass this one on to you, Emmy. Emmy, I have to ask you, what has been your take on this week's episode of PM 2019?
Well, I mean, okay, usually I have notes, but this is the one time I didn't watch the episode again and take notes. I'm like, damn it, but I think I can remember. All right. Okay. So, honestly, I was still kind of mad about last week's episode when I was watching this episode. So, I was judging it more harsher than I should be. So, I feel like that I need to say that to get that out of the way. But then
To give
thinking about it,
clarification.
yeah, and then but just like reflecting upon it, I still think it's like a meh kind of episode. Like it's nothing really special, but it also isn't something that makes me mad. So I can't get mad at it. Um, from the parts that I do remember very clearly, I think this is a good episode of bringing a character back because it's not bringing the character back to develop our current cast. It's bringing them back to actually develop themselves, which I think is really nice because I feel like previously with bringing like back companions, it's always to, for example, I can say like bringing back Dawn. I feel like that was there just to develop Kaharu, or like even Karina, seeing her lose, like things like that. But seeing Sophocles actually grow in this episode was actually really nice. And I feel like there was no like backpedaling on his character as well because like I don't really remember much like focus on him in Sun and Moon. Like he did have a couple of episodes, but I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like they kind of left him in the back burner a bit. So like it's kind of nice to see him like have his time to shine. So I thought that was really nice. And the Ampharos, my heart, oh, so wholesome. It's just trying its best. It's just trying to live, but it's just a clumsy little guy. Oh, so sad. But it's okay. It's okay. It's trying its best, and it learns. I mean, it trips in the end, so I'm like, all right, comedic effect, I guess. But like, it's trying. But I think one thing I have to really say for this episode that I really enjoyed was the little conversation that Sophocles and Ampharos did have. After like the whole like mission failed, and like Sophocles was like, hey, like don't like, because Ampharos was really sad, so Sophocles was talking to him. It's like, hey, like I know how you feel. Like I get depressed too, like when things don't go my way or whatever. But like at the end of the day, we just have to push through and like we can do it. So he just gave him like a pep talk, and I thought that was really nice too. Because especially like seeing Amphros' character, it's very unconfident in himself, and it just wants to do his best, but the little things happen and it just throws you off your game. So I think everyone can relate to that in some sort of way. So I thought that was really nice. Um, what else can I say for this episode? I mean, Ash was really nice too in remembering Sophocles' dream with him wanting to be an astronaut. So I thought that was really nice as well. And I mean, okay, the one complaint I think I really do have for this episode is the whole when Ampharos like ran into the forest and then their motive was to find Grookey. And I'm like, if Grookey gets lost, why would you want to find it? Just leave it.
It isn't the fact that it was Grookey. It was the fact that no, we could write his ass out of the show.
Exactly. Like just leave him. It's why would you want to find him? I think that was the only thing that threw me off. I'm just like, why? And then they found him. But like I feel like that whole section could have been like spanned out a little bit more because they were like Sophocles was so worried about Ampharos only to find that he was like behind a rock. And like they found him in like 10 seconds. So I wish that was like spanned out a little bit longer just to like see like I guess like Sophocles and like grief or about it, be like, no, like it's not the end of the world. Like we're gonna do my dream together and everything. So it would have been nice if they spanned that out a little bit, but it is what it is. As well as yeah, they found the monkey, unfortunately. So I would have to dock points of the episode for that. But just kidding.
As you shuffle through your paper.
As you
exactly. But yeah, that's another thing too. What Evo's saying as well. Ampharos wasn't even his. I kind of wish it was his. That would have been a little bit nicer. I feel like, and their bond, I guess, would have grown a little bit. So like, yeah, the whole like inviting Sophocles for his Ampharos. Did they not invite him like for him? Like that's a little bit confusing. I feel like too. So like again, like if anyone like says in their review as well, they can correct me on that.
You have an Ampharos, right? Yeah, totally.
Totally.
Cousin, can I borrow an Ampharos for what? To blast a beam into space? All right, I guess you can have the shitty one.
Sure, I guess.
There's a shitty one on the table. Like,
yeah. So it's just like, oh, okay. So I think that was like I guess that's another nitpick I would have too for that whole thing. I wish it was his and they would have like I guess like bonded a little bit better because of that. But it was actually nice like seeing his mentor like in that little flashback like that PNG file, I guess you could say, just that little like scene where you just see like him as well.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
so
a PNG this time around.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. That's a little like nitpick. I'm not nitpick. That's like a little nice tidbit, I guess you could say. And then finally, I think when they finally solved the what am I trying to say? When they finally got the experiment right, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I was very mixed on this at first when Ampharos didn't have enough power, so then Pikachu jumped in, and I'm like, oh, why? Like, why did Pikachu have to jump in? I swear it would have been a little bit better if Ampharos did it on his own, because confidence, you know? You can do it! Like, you can do it, Ampharos! Like, little confidence like that. But then, this is where I'm like, alright, I'm fine with this. It's when Go called out Raichu, and I'm like, I love Raichu. I love his Raichu so much.
Oh, and it did nuzzle. It didn't do like an electric, like a traditional regular attack. No, it did a nuzzle as an energy boost.
Exactly. So I thought, oh, I love that little moment too. And then like Ash and Go just yelling like, he can! And so that was really, that was
how did Maru use what was it, Zigzap?
Yeah, his signature
yeah, he was
move.
there too. Yeah, I forgot about him. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Everybody in Sun and Moon forgets about Togedemaru. That's right.
Yeah, well, Vikavolt. Well, actually, where was Vikavolt then?
You want to know?
Yeah,
okay.
I was thinking that too.
Amy, I'm going to break your heart, and I'm sorry. Okay. So the entire time that was happening, my brain was going, doesn't Togedemaru have lightning rod? Shouldn't this electricity be going straight back to her? Shouldn't be ruining all of this? That was the first thing I thought about. I was like, wait a minute, Togedemaru has lightning rods. This shouldn't be working at all.
I mean, think about it too. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, none of this should be working. I
mean, think about this way too, though. In the beginning of the episode, what happened? Like, Ampharos tripped or someone tripped, and then Togedemaru got like flinged into like the machine, right?
Yeah.
So think about it. Maybe that's why. It's technically Togedemaru's fault. It's not Ampharos's fault. Maybe this is a whole thing of Togedemaru wanting to be the light and wanting to be the shine of the show.
It came
You're
back
like
to
a
say, no,
female
you look
KG.
at me. Look at me. Don't look at that big thing. Look at me instead.
Exactly. But other than but okay, but after all that, I was not mad anymore. I was like, all right, it's fine. We have like a whole like team effort moment, so I can't be mad at that. But like I said from the beginning, I think this is how you should handle bringing back characters. It's just do it for them. Don't bring it back to develop art cast. Please don't do that because then you just devalue the character you're bringing back. So I think that was like a nice way to bring characters back. Butch and Cassidy. But but other than that, I think I enjoyed the episode. Like I said, it's an episode. Like it's pretty good. Like pretty okay. I can't really be mad at it, other than the Grookey thing. But if I had to give it a score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That is it.
Well, that's good to hear. All right, let me pass this one on to Polly then. Polly, so have you had the chance to watch this episode? And more importantly, what you think of it if you did?
Yes, I did. I watched it yesterday, but like Emmy, I also didn't write anything down for some reason. So that was a great review, Emmy. Let's see what this is gonna be
Thank
like.
you.
Can I use your review, please?
Yeah, go for it. I made
promise
it up on
I'll
the
bring
spot.
it
That's all,
back.
winging it.
Well,
Can I borrow your homework? Thank you.
Yeah,
Sure,
make
just
sure-
don't
just
copy
make sure
it.
you don't copy. Mine is trying to be like, okay. Well, for me, this episode was actually relieving because I'm like, anything at this point can be better than the travesty that was last week. My heart is broken, and only
what y'all-
Sun and Moon
Look
can
what y'all
repair.
done to this woman.
Yeah.
I know.
Only
I
Sun,
don't feel
because
You want to, Polly, I just looked back at our old pictures. You want to know what Journeys did to you? This was payback for when you broke Journey's back.
oh yes,
Oh my god.
I forgot when Oh,
Yeah.
why was that episode 1? Because I don't like
can't-
episode 1.
I can't remember why you broke Journey's back, but you broke Journey's back. I will have to look
Yeah.
back at the older clips. But
Oh,
go ahead.
Trayman won. Hello, Trey.
Hey, Trayman one, how you doing, buddy? How's your time been so far? Hopefully your day's been going well.
Well, Trayman won, and it's fitting for him to be here because I was about to say it's hard to fuck up certain aspects of Sun and Moon because
Right.
it's so contained.
You have to purposely mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Kukui Burnett stuff, Ash being the champion. Okay, like you can leave that alone. But like with this, I guess most of the other characters, like it doesn't really matter what you do with them because they're just so much on their own, and it's not like a main protagonist like Mayor Dawn was. So, and in my opinion, I still stand by this, whether you love him or hate him, I believe that Sophocles has had consistently solid episodes, focus episodes, since Sun and Moon. So I honestly wasn't worried about this one despite it being Journeys. And I have to say it was a very wholesome episode. I enjoyed it. I was a little bit annoyed in the same way that Emmy was with the Grookey thing. Like I'm like, oh, that's the reason. Come on. It's the typical Pokemon getting lost thing, but it's like, why does it have to be Grookey? Another one.
Yeah, thank you.
And I don't even dislike Grookey that much. I'm just like, okay. I also wish that the Ampharos, as much as it was very endearing being clumsy, having that clumsy nature, I think it would have made more sense for it to be either on the shyer side, or maybe feeling like it was weak and just not good enough to send a strong beam of light into the air. Because I feel like the clumsy, I almost feel like I'm not sure if it really made sense for it to be clumsy, because it's not like it was. I mean, there was that one time the machine broke, but it wasn't even the Ampharos who that did that, if I remember correctly. It just broke on its own.
It just broke, but they felt like it
Yeah.
was their fault is the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it would have made more sense if the Ampharos like accidentally like bumped something over and broke something. But I feel like it would have made more sense to have it be characterized as thinking it was just weak and not strong enough and just couldn't, or didn't have the confidence, as Emmy was saying before, to be part of this mission. So that's like something that I would have definitely changed. But other than that, I mean, it's a pretty solid episode. I think it was also great for Sophocles' development. You know, like I said, he's had some solid like every single episode I was saying on Twitter has either like added some nice wholesome stuff to his personality, or like it shows like how far he's progressing and like in getting to his goal of being an astronaut, and it also shows just what a genius he is. I mean, I was saying on Twitter also, like, him being one out of four kids and children, you know, to work on this very importantly global mission is like pretty amazing. And side note, I also love how Go was so impressed. It's like you had the two geniuses together, or the two smart people, and then there's this Ash saying, "I have no clue what's going on." So that was funny. Yeah, I'm. I don't know if there's really much else I can say. Um, yeah. Oh, Hayashi. We got some new. Yeah.
Yes.
It's me taking over for TSS time. I want to say he's probably gonna cringe because I might get the number wrong, but I want to say there are 3 new tracks. I'll have to check on that.
Girl.
Plus
Yeah.
the original, the Alola hometown theme that played obviously when Sophocles appeared in the beginning, which was always a nice touch. Always a nice touch. Similar to when Iki Town played when Ash and Go first visited Alola and met baby Lei. So I'm glad they kept that in. But yeah, these new Hayashi tracks were great, and I really, really hope that they'll be included in hopefully another second
whenever
album
the hell
release.
the next volume shows up.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my. I guess so. I don't know. I really pretty much agree with what Emmy was saying.
Yeah. I think to say something that based off what you said as well, I believe the same writer who has done like the Sophocles episodes in Sun and Moon did this one too, right?
Yeah. I actually I don't know.
Let me go check the director real quick. Never mind, it's not here.
I was gonna say Sophocles episodes are always unexpectedly meaningful. Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about them, because like with a character like him, and a lot of people like might make fun of his design, or just in the fact that he's kind of in the background for the most part. Like when he does get these episodes, they really like kind of hit home. Sometimes, yeah, and especially in the conversation that he had with Ampharos, and then, even the Sun and Moon episodes with that Ultra Beast, I forget what the name was, and he was really upset with that, or the whole Minior thing, like, they can get emotional, and so I'm happy. I liked it a lot. I'd also give it a 7, though.
Alrighty. Then the next person we shall go and pass it on to this row shall be Tyrone. Tyrone, will you give your input on this week's episode of PM 2019? I was about to say Sun and Moon.
Yeah, I'm actually glad. No. Actually, I'm glad you said that, because that's actually what I was going to talk about. I've noticed this pattern recently, what they're starting to do when they bring up character back now. What they essentially do is that they just make it the series that it was based off of in episode form. This was, to me, just a Sun and Moon episode. It was a Sun and Moon episode that just happened to happen in Journeys. And they did it with a character who, in all sense of the word, had the weakest, like, character out of the group. If you take the group. I mean, you could debatably say Mallow was probably one of the weakest in terms of character, but she at least had her dead mother saga. But in terms of everybody else, Lana made up for it by being perfect at basically everything. Kiawe, he was training with Ash, so he got pretty decent development. Lily, that's a whole story. And then obviously you got Gladian in them. So out of all the characters, Sophocles was definitely the weakest. So what they decided to do was go, wait, we didn't develop Sophocles enough. Well, fuck it, give him another episode. We can do that? Yeah, go ahead. And then they just did this. They gave him another episode. They were like, all right, we'll give him this one. I kind of wish that there was a way that at the end of the episode that Sophocles' cousin would have been like, hey, I see that Ampharos has grown so much since being with you. Why don't you keep Ampharos? And then, like, he sends over the Pokeball, and then Sophocles throws it and does like the, and then the wee, boom. And then he goes, I caught Ampharos or whatever, and Ash and Go are doing like the peace sign in the background or whatever. I don't fucking know. Yeah, like I wish that had happened. Because Sophocles' most powerful Pokemon, which didn't fucking show up, by the way, Vikavolt wasn't even here. Wasn't even in the goddamn episode. Didn't even show the fuck up. Togedemaru did, because that's the Pikachu of the Lola. So it had to show up for marketing purposes. You gotta buy the toys, right? So, and he didn't even catch that. Ash sort of went, I found this shit in the forest because I heard you were moving away. And Sophocles is like, I'm not moving away anymore. And then Ash, rather than go, oh shit, and then Kip, like, soccer ball punted back into the forest. He just caught it. Like, Sophocles caught it. But we never see him, like really earn, he doesn't really earn it. He just sort of, gives that sad story of I'm moving away, and then everybody flutters him with gifts, what makes it extremely awkward when he actually doesn't move away. But yeah, like, I mean, I think the episode was basic. I'm glad that, again, they did compliment on what he said about the space thing. I know some people are going to talk about the fact that Liza and Tate didn't, like, at least make a cameo looking at the TV because they're in the area, but, I mean, I guess, like, you can also argue not every area has to do that. Like, sometimes people are independent of the area that they're in. Like, you may know that I'm in the state of Missouri, but that doesn't mean the minute you go to some area in the state of Missouri, you're going to immediately find me. So, I guess. I mean, if you want the behind-the-curtains reason, they didn't want to fucking draw them. But, yeah, they didn't want to fucking draw them. Like, drawing them would require them to draw something that's outside of a generic male and or female and or child. So they didn't want to do it. And then the plot, I noticed that Grookey usually is the conflict only when Team Rocket isn't around or there's no conflict to be had. So they did this thing where Grookey pretty much kickstarts the plot by being lost. And I'm sorry, to me, that's not a good incentive for Ampharos to get its shit together. Ampharos doesn't know who the fuck Grookey is. Like, so why should he give a shit? Like, fuck the monkey. Who cares? And that's not even me being arbitrarily mean against Grookey. That's me just pointing out in a plot standard that this makes no fucking sense. You gotta bring your light open so that Grookey can find it. Well, who the fuck's Grookey? Like Ampharos's brain is pretty much going, like, you know those little math equations that show up? It's like that. Like,
yes.
I'm going through an existential crisis where I'm not competent enough to make my light. Fuck Grookey, or whatever the fuck you just said. Like, it doesn't care. So I see no reason. Also, the only reason that's going to work is because apparently in this plot, in this episode, in this particular situation, Grookey's attracted to light. Case in point, when Volbeat ends up coming around, it ends up attaching to Volbeat's tail when it uses tail glow. It's attracted to light now because the plot needs it to be. Because we can't have Grookey do anything that isn't remotely showing that it has a fucking scatterbrain. So, the plot and the conflict feel completely disingenuous and separated from each other. And then when they finally do get in there to charge Ampharos up to have it shown in Kamehameha towards the fucking satellite moment. Again, I think someone already had brought it up. the other Pokemon need to show up in order to help it. So it almost feels like it couldn't even do it by itself. Like, why does this specific Ampharos need the power in order to get the job done when the other Ampharoses could do it? Now, I guess you can argue the combined efforts of all of them, plus Pikachu, Togedemaru, and Raichu, are enough with no fucking Vikavolt. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is either. With no effort from them, with the effort from them being the add-on that allows Ampharos to get its collective shit together, I feel like this would have been a better chance to increase the development of Ampharos. But instead, it serves as a nightlight in order to bring Grookey back. And obviously, someone's going to bring up the lore. Ampharos' light is meant to bring people back home. That's the point. It brings ships back to lighthouses. It's apparently able to attract satellites. Like, it's able to do these things that lead it to be the Pokemon for people who are lost. So it makes sense that Grookey is going to be in this plot line. However, unfortunately, this doesn't work that well because, again, Ampharos is going through a whole depression where it can't get its light up strong enough. So the only solution is, you can do it, Ampharos, do it for Grookey. And then again, that raises the question, for Ampharos at least, well, who the fuck is Grookey? I'm sorry, I gotta keep coming back to that, but the reason I gotta keep coming back to that is because this episode is supposed to be character-driven on the Pokemon itself. So if it's gonna be character-driven on the Pokemon's conflicts, then I would like to focus more on the conflicts. Not on some immediate need that another character has. I need to find my Pokemon. Go, you have 27 million other Pokemon you can use in order to find it. Grookey's a grass type, so use your grass types to sense it out. Grookey's a monkey. Use your other monkey Pokemon to traverse the trees. Grookey is probably nowhere to be seen on the ground. Use your flying Pokemon to traverse it. That's your problem, not Ampharos's. Fuck off. So, it's wholesome, but at the same time, it feels like Pokemon 101. It feels like a Pokemon got depressed and can't do the thing that the Pokemon normally does. Oh no, another conflict has happened. What will they do? Will the Pokemon do the thing that it's known to do? Yes, it did. It found the Pokemon. Hooray! Fanfare ensues. Now do the thing that you couldn't do before. It's done it. Hooray! We've won. End scene, chased by a bear. It just feels like plot. It feels like your simple formula. It feels literally like your basic. Someone told you to write a Pokemon episode over the weekend and hand over your work. That's pretty much all it was. So I got to give it a 5.
Fair.
Don't get me wrong. I like the fact that they decided to increase the character development of a character who essentially had the worst development out of his group. I want to make that very clear. So it's good at least that they did that, but unfortunately it's used in a very bland way. And again, Sophocles doesn't have his most powerful Pokemon, Vikavolt. Probably because if he did, this whole plot would be over.
Just a common thing that you say. Like, if this person had this, then the plot would be over. But it's true, though. It's very true. Even I was wondering about that, too. I was like,
Awesome. Thank you so much for the follow, by the way.
Thank you,
Polar. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that's my grade. The only reason I'm not going lower is because it's harmless.
Yeah, I just want to bounce off of that and say that, like, even though, like, I've been very supportive of these episodes, I'm not blind to the fact that Sophocles received very little development in Sun and Moon as a whole. I'm just saying, out of the few episodes that we got with him, I think they were great.
Believe it or not, I actually like one of the episodes that's about him, and it's the race car one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Which one? There were 2 of those.
The first one.
Okay. Oh man, did they parody Speed Racer in one of the shots? If I remember correctly,
I like that one only because not even so much because of Sophocles. I like it because Sophocles is with Kiawe and Ash during the whole time.
Yeah,
so
it was like a brothers sort of thing.
It feels like a dude's night out situation with cars, and I like that. That's fun, but again, that's unfortunately that's the reason. I like the atmosphere around it.
Yeah. But remember, that episode wouldn't have existed proper without Sophocles.
The episode in general is, my shiny Charger Bug races better than yours, and Sophocles is like, mine can do it too, and he's like, yeah, I know yours can't, and then it beats the shit out of it.
Smell you later. Sophocles.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like amongst his peers, Sophocles is definitely the weakest of the Sun and Moon characters.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can agree to that part.
Yeah.
When it comes to it, just to make sure, anything else you had to add, Turn, or mind if I go
No, that's
next?
pretty much it.
Alrighty, so allow me to go into this one then, because uh, you guys, everybody knows already. I view myself as the Sun and Moon stan, at least with this series. So I love and know pretty much everything that I possibly can for the Sun and Moon franchise in general. So that's why I wanted to save my thoughts at the end and also share my input about this episode as a whole. So let me bring in some couple of notes. To begin with, I really want to talk about Ampharos. I kind of like the fact that this wasn't actually his at all and was instead belonging to Big Mo, his cousin, just because of the theme of Pokemon and family that they've been pushing a lot in the Sun and Moon series. I like that family worked with each other to make this a reality for Sophocles to go and, you know, pursue his dream to become an astronaut and to learn about these studies in the field of science and all, because that's his character. I really do appreciate that. Like, once again, the Alola theming of family and connections with trainer and Pokemon, that kind of feels appropriate with the Ampharos we got here, despite it being a clumsy one. It's still loved by everybody. Now, moving aside from that, though, I really want to talk about one thing about this episode I really, really appreciate it, and that's just how they made it feel so natural with having these adult scientists work with the youngins in such a creative way. Like, there's this level of confidence that these adults have towards these kids with their Pokemon to help push a satellite that's in space and drag it back down to Earth and like that. Or like when Sophocles pulled out his machine to go and get the coordinates and the mathematics and all that to make sure that if we use these Ampharos in these particular pinpoints, we can bring the satellite back down to orbit and allow it to land appropriately. Like, I love just how that is structured in this episode. To me personally, that the whole connection between the scientists and Sophocles and the other kids across the other parts of the world, I thought that was actually really good. But my favorite bit, it's such a minor moment, but it really does bring in that sense of realism, because the Sun and Moon cast, I think, out of all the cast within the world of Pokemon that Ash has had companions with, have the most relatable dreams that I think people can connect to. Because, astronauts are a real thing, or owning a restaurant's a real thing, stuff like that. So to see like them focusing more on the aspects of the astronaut side of things with science and all that, I thought that was really good. But what really sold it for me was at the ending when they actually managed to bring the satellite back down. One thing I loved the most was the reaction, which is a common thing when a success comes through with these satellites coming back into orbit. Of course the science crowd would go absolutely nuts, but the one scientist dude that was with Sophocles the whole time and talking with him for like a bit, he was actually crying and he like just rubbed his eyes while looking away from the camera. I loved that moment of like realism in that bit, because it is something that, it was something of their passion. The Fighter 2, which, by the way, I love that name for X and Y fans. It's, of course, Talonflame. But I really love that sense of realism that they went for with the mission to bring back the thing into orbit. That was actually really nice. So, in terms of the realism of space, science, the scientists, and working together with these kids, I think on that bit alone, that gets a solid plus in my book. But to talk about Sophocles and his character and the story that they tried to go with, I also enjoyed it too. I also like how natural Ash and Go felt within this episode in a way, because they didn't stumble into this sort of situation. No, it was that Sophocles actually called Ash and Go to come in to check it out for themselves and to also give some moral support probably towards Sophocles and to just show a showcase to the audience once again that, hey, this is something that I'm doing. I'm trying to be a scientist or an astronaut, I should say, and trying to make this a reality. Come watch me do it here, and you can get a chance to watch it yourself. And even at the end of the episode, when Ash and Go were walking away, they're like, wow, it was nice to see Sophocles get closer towards his goal. And even the narrator also pointed that out, saying that while, his goals were achieved, this also reinvigorated the passion towards Ash and Go's goals as their journey continues, So moments like that, when they connect stories in ways that work beautifully, I think that should be noted. And another one little thing to note as well regarding Sophocles' character, I think Emmy said it best. It was great to see that the way they made Sophocles' character center around them rather than being used as a stepping tool to put focus towards another character, I think was something that should have really been done since the beginning, for certain characters anyway. But to see it be used appropriately here to just focus on Sophocles, I like that. I appreciate that. So, yeah. But I will admit with everybody, as they stated here, despite these positives I do have with this episode, it is still very simplistic. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing emotional or heart-wrenching or anything. It's just a nice, calm, related episode. And oftentimes, I would rather prefer something like this than to try to go ambitious. You know what I mean? Just keep things down to earth despite it focusing in space, and let the story play itself out in a natural, cohesive way. And I think this episode did that despite certain parts of it not really going according to my liking, like with Grookey's dumbass with this episode. Nobody likes that monkey, bro. Listen, I've hated that monkey since day one, and I'm just so happy to see I was right since then.
Exclusively in this situation, because again, this is another situation where there would be no plot for real if Grookey didn't do
because if
he's
Grookey was
like
never lost,
it's so weird that Go caught him from Team Rocket because he is a Team Rocket Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. But no, they don't play around with that, though. That's the thing.
Literally, I want somebody to edit the music. Every time Grookey fucks up and chaos ensues, I want somebody to edit. Like that time they were on the ghost train and Grookey kept hitting the thing and made Ash's head hit the goddamn keystone.
And turned him into a villain. No, it's true. It's literally true. Grookey has been nothing but the problem maker for weeks.
Or the moment Grookey saw a light and ran off. Or when fucking Ash was with what's that damn thing? Not Dreepy, but the evolved form of it.
Draco,
yeah, Draclock. The minute it was with Draclock, and then he ends up hitting Draclock with his stick. Boom, boom.
Yeah, look at Grookey in this shot. Even Grookey knows, oh shit, what problem am I going to do today? Yeah, but yeah, the monkey, listen, I don't like the monkey. Everyone knows I don't like the monkey. Specifically, I hated the monkey because of the games. I just didn't expect to also hate it because of its anime interpretation. But
so Ras and Wobbuffet.
So
should I make that a soundboard?
It's up to you, buddy. If you can go through the copyright loops, then yes.
Just trying to think of all the moments Grookey was just an asshole and started the plot up because of how shitty it was as a Pokemon.
That's a compilation I do not want to watch. I'm fine.
You sure you don't
all
want to hear
the times Grookey has
time?
been a bitch ass.
Yeah, you sure you don't want to hear the sound effect?
Okay, fine. If you make it, I'll watch it.
It gets better after the 11th listen.
Even the times where the spotlight was on it, but it was like that episode where it was running the errand, but it kept crying and dramatically coming towards Go. Oh
no, but that wasn't a problem maker in that episode, if I recall.
It kind of was. Like Go was worried about him, and that enough was a problem.
Yeah, but they came out okay. And they were over exaggerating in that episode.
Yeah.
Well, at least to me anyway. And that's me defending Grookey's dumbass as well. But point of the matter is, despite these moments I talked about with this episode, I still, like I said, it was a basic episode, but sometimes keeping it simple is often for the best. You don't really have to go groundbreaking. You don't need to go extreme. You don't need to do any of that. Just keep it relatively simple. Let the story speak for itself. Do your best with that. And I think this episode achieved it. And honestly, after what we went through last week, having something like this is a million times better than whatever the hell it was last week. So kudos to you for giving me another solid episode, at least in the Sun and Moon side of things. It's simple, but simple's best for me in my book anyway. I really did like the nods towards Sun and Moon. I did like how there was a tease towards Kiawe saying, "Oh, I want to battle you again," or that's what Sophocles was told by Kiawe, being like, "Hey, listen, when you come back to Lola, there's clearly another rival battle sort of to go down with him and Go." So if that ever happens, I'll look forward to it. I hope Mallow appears in that episode too. But yeah. Nice little things happened. Cute stuff happened. Sophocles is a good character still. Thank God they didn't ruin him. And the Sun and Moon series continues to stay untarnished. So good job on that. You didn't do any shit to make me mad.
Lucky.
In that part yet. Huh?
Lucky.
I know. No, don't worry.
I don't think it's lucky. I think what they did, they took the absolute safest route. They took a character that KG barely is like or about. And was
I love Sophocles' character in Sun and Moon, but he's still my least favorite character.
But he's your least favorite.
Yeah, but he's
I
still
know what
up
the fuck
there.
I said.
I put him
I know
above
exactly
Serena
what
anyway.
I said. I played my cards correctly, damn it. They played the safest route. They were like, we can't piss him off if we play this one. Like,
no, the only reason why I don't think there's a mess up as much is because literally the same people who worked on Sun and Moon, well, not the animator side of things, but I think those who were like series directors and all that carried over to this one.
Yeah,
so they already still have the knowledge of the Sun and Moon series.
They used the character that was virtually harmless. It's so rock bottom, we can't fuck this up.
I just find it
I'd rather
funny,
prefer
though.
that.
No, that's true. I just find it funny that like we go from last episode, which was trying to cram like 5 different plots into one episode, and then you have this one where it's just like one simplistic plot with no like chocolate chips. Like, if I had to like
why are there raisins in my
plain...
chocolate chip cookie?
Where's my chocolate chip?
Exactly. So it was a plain cookie, which is nothing. There's nothing wrong with plain cookies, but sometimes you want some chocolate chips. But there's no chocolate chips here.
No. You want to know a perfect analogy? It's when you're told that you're getting a chocolate chip cookie, and in reality, they give you a raisin cookie.
Yep, there we go.
That's what happened. This one was more so.
The true baker now, KG.
Yeah, listen. This was still a chocolate chip cookie. You did get it, but the amount of chocolate chip pieces in there weren't as much as commonly, used in that. It's still there. It's just not as much as like other ones that you're usually used to. So there you go. This episode for me gets a 7 out of 10. Like I said, nothing groundbreaking, but I'd rather prefer this than the raisin cookie we got last week. So there you go. So with that being said, we got one last thing to talk about. One very small thing to talk about, and I'm very, very scared about it. And that is next week's episode.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that.
Yes, so in case you don't know, next week's episode of Sun and Moon is Yado King. In other words, Slow King.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
Now here are 2 things to talk about. Satoshi and Go return to Yadon Island, where they make a new acquaintance. Here is the issue though. The reason why that episode kind of worked for some people was because it wasn't a full episode, right?
Yep.
Well, this was a full episode.
They're running the joke. They're running the joke's outlived its course. Yeah.
I think my issue is that they return to that island.
Yeah. Like they don't.
Like, what purpose did they need to return to that island for to begin with? Did their goddamn Magikarp fly into space again and they realize it's gonna land here?
It's just taking up time. Like I mean,
It
Yeah,
does,
but like, wouldn't you rather
that
write
joke
a
was a
story that would be
one-time.
better?
That joke was a one-time use. I don't think it's gonna work well again.
No, it can't, because like sometimes the best moments in a show are often ones that they just put in at that moment and leave it as is. They don't touch it again and let that moment be the iconic moment. Because I love that Slowpoke episode. It was so good. When Seto King was like, "Yo, you can become my Slowbro buddy," and then they show a shot of Gobi like, "Yeah," like that shit has me in tears. Like that episode was so good, and also it was because it was a half an episode. That's what made it so good. When you decide to not only bring it back, but also make it a full feature-length episode, you overstay its welcome. Sometimes things can often be best as is. I mean, I could probably still think it'll be an okay episode, but I just don't think that first experience that we encountered with this episode when it first dropped will never be replicated again. Because we already know what to expect. The trailers show Sato King and Go King are coming back. So we know what we can expect with that. That level of surprise is no longer there. So it begs the question, what exactly is this episode going to give to the audience to really sell it to us as a whole? Will it be a yay? Will it be a nay? That is something we will have to wait and find out. But as it stands right now, personally to me, I had this week's episode to go with. So there you go. I really got nothing to add to this. I really don't. So I just needed to bring it up only just to remind people, oh yeah, it's happened. Also, just a quick note as well before I forget, we did not talk about the 4-part special in the last episode review of the week within last week's PokePod session for the Legends Arceus special with Ash, Go, Brock, and Non. We only talked about episode 1 and episode 2. We did do the reactions
to it. So I always thought that we did review it. We reacted to it.
Yeah, I've only uploaded 3 episodes so far on the channel at Cajun Prestige. Episode 4 will drop at a later time. So look forward to that sometime within this week as well. But yeah, I really don't got anything else to really say about this as well. I'm just kind of completed with this episode. Like, is there anything else we need to address, Tyrone? Or is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay, let's keep it at that then. So why don't we go and wrap things up for tonight? Why don't we?
Yeah.
All right, so let me head back here. Well, we're not really going to wrap it up just yet, chat, because we, of course, have this last 10 minutes to go and talk about the most important part, what it is that we're going to be doing within this upcoming week of Twitch.tvs all on our respective channels. As we already talked about earlier ago, we're obviously going to be...
I just thought about it. Shouldn't we get Polly's view on it?
That is true.
Funny
you
story
haven't watched it.
about that, yes.
Okay.
She did? What the fuck?
No, she hasn't watched the subbed first or second one, so I was assuming she didn't watch the sub third or fourth at that point.
Oh, got it. Sorry, Polly.
No, it's fine.
No worry. Well, besides, everyone knows.
I'm a fake fan because Brock.
Yeah, you're missing out on the iconic Brock moment, man.
I know. There's one. I know what it is. I just finally that I'm done with all my work, I can sit down and
you can relish in the moment. But don't worry, all 4 episodes are out now, so you don't have to worry about waiting for subs at all. They're all available for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll save that for another day. Maybe during the time we have to talk about Yato King, realize we only have 2 minutes of talk for that, and then we have 58 minutes to figure out what the hell to talk about for that episode. Because I am really, I might not like this whole Yato King return, but I am very interested to hear the responses from y'all in that review. I legitimately am curious to see what's going to come from that. Will it be a good thing or will it be a bad thing? Poly fake Brock fan confirmed. JK.
Damn.
Damn. Tisk, Polly.
Knew it was gonna hit you with the fake fan.
Tell me, where were you for the clips before?
Where your ass was at when they were showing Brock Epps? Where your ass was
I
at?
literally just said that Brock could be my Valentine.
Yeah, well, he's
Before.
taken by somebody who watched the episode. So.
Damn.
No.
You didn't do it.
In his Bill Rogers voice.
You didn't do it.
Did you do it?
Oh no,
You didn't. Love that air.
I'm gonna put this image over here to the side, and it's gonna be Polly's face right here. There we go. We'll just keep it over here on the Twitch chat. There we go. All right. So before I forget,
I don't
what
see
else?
anything.
Oh, it's on the bottom right corner. Just a little thing down there.
Oh, oh.
Oh my god.
Where'd that come from?
Bruh.
Internet.
I hate it. I instantly hate it.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, is that what you want to call it?
I don't even know if that's cute. I think it's more like, ah, shit, I fucked
It looks
up.
like if DW were a Polyworld.
What the fuck?
I
That
don't know,
sign
just-
doesn't help because I can't read.
Oh man. So yeah, let's go talk about the things for this week then. Why don't we? Tyrone, you and I both had already mentioned tomorrow we're playing Legends Arceus. However, you are going to be playing it an hour earlier for some reason.
To catch up to you so that we can get to that part in the story where we got to make a choice.
Yes.
I already beat Avalugg, so all I got to do is go back. I just got to level my mons up a little bit, so I'm going to do a lot of that bullshit, catch a few mons, and then when I go back, I can do the cutscene, and then when I go to the choice, I'll be waiting for you, pretty much.
Yes. So there we go. Now, second thing. Let's also talk about things within this week. Wednesday, I don't think I'm going to have anything big planned. I know I could have played more of, what is it? More of Legend of Zelda, but I'm keeping that to the side. For now, I might play something a little simple. I remember people were telling me to play some Sonic games a while ago, so I might try to see what Sonic games I might play. Chad,
You should play before the sequel and after the sequel.
I've played those already.
Oh, damn it. I love
Yeah, that was when the channel unfortunately got deleted a while back. So.
Yeah, I like before the sequel and after the
Oh,
sequel.
shit, you're right. Tyrone, you finished 06, right?
I did finish 06.
I'm going to do Project 06 then.
You get to play the fun one, the good one.
Hey, listen, I mean, you could try it too, whatever you want. It's available for free.
I told my chat I was going to play it at a later time. But I just wanted to obviously play and beat the original just to show that A, it is possible, and B, I wanted people to see the full badness of how fucked 06 is in its original form. Because people, like, when you play Project 06, like, yeah, it's better, but you really gotta, like, understand how bad it was before you can go, oh yeah, this is much better.
Oh, no, I've been watching your playthrough, so I already know.
Yeah.
It is possible to beat 06. That's pretty sad. Lol.
Yes.
You can only... Yeah, I know. I only can do Sonic and Shadow. Like I mentioned before, I've had it downloaded. I've just never played
Wait, they don't
it.
let you do silver stages in 06?
Not in the project yet. It's going to be part of the
lame.
third demo. They're working on
I get
revamping because it's not a full release. It's demo releases. And also, you got to remember, Project 06 is only being done by one person.
That person who didn't play 06, by the way.
Who never played 06, yeah.
Yeah, he never played it.
He just like me for real. But yeah, so given Donnie's recommendation, we'll play Project 06 then for Wednesday's stream. So I hope you guys look forward to that. It's going to be maybe good fun, maybe wacky fun. I don't really know, but I hope you guys look forward to that. Thursday, Tyrone, what did you call it? The Thursdays thing? I know on your Twitter you posted it. So.
Well, I called it Throwdown Thursdays, but it's mostly like just gaming with the crew.
I think you called it crew gaming or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's my turn. So we always, just to reiterate, because me, Tyrone, and Terrell, every Thursdays, in case some don't know, we would tend to shuffle who takes the next turn towards choosing what game we'll play for that week. Sometimes we'll maybe play Smash, sometimes we'll play some board games, sometimes we'll play card games. I don't really know. It's just random rotation. So Terrell has gone through it last week with more of Legends Arceus. This week is my turn. And just for shits and giggles, I thought we didn't really get a chance to fully experience Roblox the last time we played. Because we didn't touch the obby courses, we didn't touch the story courses, we only played shooter games and all that. So,
God, yeah.
On Thursday, we are returning to OOF with Roblox. So I hope you guys are ready. I can't wait to play with y'all again for some more Roblox fun. Time to bust out the blocks. I love that. Yo, Joker, let me take that for a title on Thursday.
Bust out the blocks.
Yeah, time to bust out the blocks. Oh, man. So Roblox is coming back this Thursday. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. And then on Friday, of course, Reaction Night. So there you go. But Tyrone, I will now pass it on to you. What is the rest of your week planned?
Okay, so after Tuesday when we do Legend Arceus, Wednesday, because it is February, the time of Louvre, for Valentine's Day. I have several different romance visual novels that I've downloaded, and I let the audience pick in a poll what game to play, and the poll results were in earlier today. And with the polls being in, I will be playing Love Cube, but I'll be playing the censored version, not the 18 plus version, because I'm not allowed to play that one. Can't play that one. Twitch will cancel me. It was
play the Nintendo
Love
Switch
Cube.
version. It's clean.
Yeah, it's between Love. It was between Love Cube, Tricolor Love Story, and Kawata Shouju. And I'm kind of glad Kawata didn't get picked because it's sad. And I didn't want to be sad like immediately right off jump. I was like, I'm not ready to be sad yet. The others have their own level of drama to them. But Kawada is sad. If you knew the plot to that one, it's fucking sad. So I'm glad Love Q got picked because I was legitimately interested. And there's another romance novel I have too. So yeah, just all throughout the weeks of February. So that means this Wednesday, next Wednesday, and the Wednesday after, we'll be doing love games, just romance games. And then on Thursday, like you said, we'll be playing Roblox. And then I believe that is it until we hit Saturday, which we'll be doing the Poke Roundtable, which Polly has taken. Polly was a guest in the last roundtable because we did a shipping discussion, basically talking about the community, the anti-poke community, and how shipping affects the community as well as just the communities in general. And how the writers have played around with shipping and their impact on shipping. Basically, we just talked about love in Pokemon and what its effects are.
It was fun, and if you haven't seen it, you should go on Tyrone's channel and check it out.
Oh, yeah, and also it is uploaded on YouTube. So if you guys, if you missed it you can watch it either on my Twitch or you can watch it on YouTube. If you decide to prolong it off and wait for it to stop being on Twitch, you can still catch it on my YouTube channel, which is Tyrone TG3. So you can catch that. And then this week, coming up on this Saturday at around noon my time or 1 p.m. my time, what we'll be doing is Polly and I have gathered, I'm going to make a Twitter post, and I want you all, the viewers, to gather up all the ships, and I'm going to pick, we're going to pick some ships, and then Polly is going to make a tier list, and then during that Poke Roundtable, we'll be doing a tier list of the shippings, and we'll be putting them all in order, and it won't just be me and Polly, it'll be me, Polly, Emmy, I know you said you're down. Wait, Emmy's not here anymore. But Emmy's down. Nessa said she may show up. Unfortunately, my friend Natalie, Polly's friend Natalie, which by proxy my friend, she couldn't show up, but she is going to. We're friends. But she said she could do a recording of it. And then Kay is showing up as well. She says she's down to show up. So basically all females plus me. So we're basically doing a girls' night of tier shipping list. So
Yeah,
that's gonna
it's
be
gonna be
very
fun.
fun. We're gonna take all the ships and we're gonna have a girl moment where we go ooh and put them all in different tier lists. Now, the following Saturday for the fellas, that's for us, the guys. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take and ship. Well, not we're not gonna do shippings. We're gonna take the waifus in the Annie Poke. The waifus will be tiered. And we'll make a tier list out of the waifus and see which waifu reigns supreme in all of Pokemon. Not just the anime, but the video games as well, too. That way we have enough adult females to go around. So yeah, we'll be doing that. So yeah, that's our Valentine's plans for this week. So make sure you check it all out.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, chat. There you go. Those are our plans for this week, both on my channel and on Tyrone's channel. So I hope you guys are looking forward to all the fun, chaotic goodiness that will come out from all of us here. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go night-night right now because I think the thingy is starting to kick back in my sniffles again. So I'm going to probably go and lay low and call it a day. But I want to thank everybody who has joined us tonight. You all have been absolutely awesome. We love you all. We can't wait to see you all throughout the week as well. Look forward to the shenanigans. Kicking things off with the pod, now wrapping up, moving into Legends tomorrow, and more shenanigans throughout the week. So I'll speak with you all then. Every single one of you, take care of yourselves. TSS, as you guys already have noticed, was not present, so he couldn't give the magic words that he always would like to say, which is basically go wash your goddamn hands. So
wash your fucking hands, KG.
Your
Jesus
fucking hands.
Christ.
I'm
God.
sorry, I just can't say the fucking word, fucking man.
I just can't fucking say the word.
Yeah, it's just not being able. But anyway, wash your effing hands, everybody. So
Oh my
go take
fucking
care
God.
yeah, so yeah, what else was I missing? No, that's it. So we'll talk with all of you lovelies later in whatever video we make. Take care, everyone, and as always, do us a solid and make sure to have yourselves an awesome day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And sweet dreams.
Oh,
The streamer one says.
ba-da.
Dun 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 dun.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.